Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy. And here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. A week ago, I posted a video about an appeals court in Maryland ruling their handgun qualification license is unconstitutional. But in a strange turn of events, the Maryland State Police saying the state's handgun licensing requirement will remain law until a federal court issues a mandate. The Maryland State Police will continue enforcing the state's handgun law for now, despite a federal appeals court ruling that the licensing requirement is unconstitutional. At this time, the handgun qualification law remains in effect, and there are no immediate changes in the process to purchase a firearm in Maryland. The department wrote in an agency-wide advisory after last week's ruling. Maryland's handgun qualification license requires applicants to submit fingerprints for a background check, take a 4-hour firearms safety course with a live fire component, and wait for 30 days for approval before purchasing a handgun, which then requires another application and a 7-day waiting period. Last Tuesday, a 3-judge panel of the 4th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled 2-1 that the law is overly burdensome and cannot stand under the 2022 landmark Supreme Court ruling that a firearm regulation is unconstitutional unless the government can prove that it's consistent with the nation's historical tradition. The challenge law restricts the ability of law-abiding adult citizens to possess a handgun, and the state has not presented an historical analog that justifies its restriction. Indeed, it is seemingly admitted that it couldn't find one. Judge Julius Richardson, who was a Trump appointee, wrote in the court's majority opinion. But the Maryland State's Police Licensing Division said it will continue enforcing the law until the federal court issues a mandate. Maryland officials have 14 days to file for a rehearing before the full appeals court. If the state does not file within that window, the court will issue a mandate 7 days later, which means the final court ruling would be December 11th. Officials have not yet confirmed whether they plan to file for a rehearing or alternatively seek a review before the U.S. Supreme Court. Maryland Governor Wes Moore said in a statement that he would continue to fight for this law and that his administration was evaluating its options. Similarly, a spokesperson for Attorney General Anthony Brown said they were weighing options for the next step. Maryland's handgun qualification licensing law has been described as a draconian process, and the 4th Circuit Court ruling has been praised as a significant victory for the Second Amendment and for Americans that value constitutional freedoms. Striking down Maryland's oppressive handgun qualification license requirements affirms that the burdensome process infringes on the rights of law-abiding citizens. It's just hard to believe that a court can rule this law is unconstitutional, but then the state police say they're still going to be enforcing this law? What the hell sense does that make? I would really like to hear your thoughts about today's video in the comments section down below. And if you guys could please do me a favor, if you'd like to help the channel out and help it grow, just take a couple of seconds of your time and like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. And I invite you to come back and watch my next video.